Little last kicker in red is not the lead jammer. It is lead for white. That is DeLuca Jr. Jammers battling to become the first to break through the pack legally to become lead jammer. After that, of course, as you see, scoring 1 point on each opposing blocker, they pass. First, yes, four. There. Yep, white equals white, and that was 4 points there. So now on the second scoring trip. Oh, and that is complete, Spiky shows with the 4 fingers. So 8 for DeLuca. Play 2-minute jams or until the lead jammer calls off the jam. On a cut. So, yet as you heard the bench say, it is a power jam for last. Now, able to score having broken through the pack about 15 seconds ago. This will go the remainder of the 2-minute time limit since the lead jammer was called out. 38 seconds remain. Well, till that. So, of course, reset. Don't want to cut track. Already saw that once. Blocked off of Harrell. It does say Cockness. I need to get in the habit of just saying Cockness. I'm not on TV anymore. And nice. All right, completing the track. Speaking of 69. No, so last was 4 points there. And we'll make sure, yeah, I see 4 there. DeLuca was able to come back out and score more, so it appears to be 16-4, net 12 for white. You know what I like about the white team tonight is you can't really screw up high contrast with white uniforms. Now watch, it'll happen, but for now, 16-4. 9904 getting his prim tonight against 52 Candy Kern. Oh! I saw that, Buster, but apparently not to be. Lead jam white. Tiptoeing on the outside. And that's 4 points. First 4 points for the red team, despite not having a lead. That does happen sometimes. Especially with MRDA caliber skaters building up the speed like that. So 4 for red there, making 8. And 3 for white, Candy Kern making 19. 19-8 in favor of white. Again, on the scoreboard, black equals red and white equals white. And we'll make sure of that as we carry on. 1-8-2, Blink. Against number 6, Snot. Yes, it is. Roger, we have Clarence. And lead jam white again, 3 now. Fancy and Felny looking to run some. Well, it's more of a mixed pack. Soon I'll be calling out everybody. But Blink definitely seeing defense right now and calling it just in time. And reaction time goes into that too. The referees have to see it, then blow the whistles, and then the jam another until the 4th whistle blast. So another 3 points for white. 22 now. So yes, 22-8 in favor of the team Tiffany. Choppins. I don't have a 13, but it's a surprise player apparently. And oh wow, check that out. That can happen. We just saw it. Whoa! Trying to call off the jam, but still blocked anyway. 4-3 on that one, net one for white. So that's like what we saw in the last jam, isn't it? Yes. Last back out, second jam. Oh, this is a rematch from the first jam. DeLuca, the opposition. And we have Milo, we have Felony, we have DA, and up. Oh, no, we don't. We have a track cut. So, power jam for white. Still have to break out. And earning lead. So that's 80% on the lead jam call so far. 26-11 currently. 23-14 in the first. Part of a doubleheader. I hope you know what you've gotten yourself into. Track cut. So, oh, that's going to be a full 30-second penalty as Lass leaves the box before DeLuca enters the box. And that will complete the initial trip. You pick up where you leave off, last I heard. And pass, no, not pass Murph. Did not pass Murph. They come back to behind Murph. 38 seconds remain. Both jammers called out, so, you know. Lass completes the trip. How many? 15 now. Zombie with the jammer in the back. No, Lass called back to the box. Looked like a forearm. I don't know. And that is it. Points for everybody. It took a sec. 4-3, net one for black, or red. Hello. So too late to change that. Anyway, 4-3. Yeah, I know. 29-15, not over yet. In fact, 21-30 in the first. I see Bones anchoring the defense as pivot. Oh, but pass carry there for lead, white. All but one on lead jam calls. Candy Fern scoring 3 points earlier. A compact pack. Buster drawing the jammer back. And likewise, Buckeye Brawler, the pivot. Well, and there goes Kern. Fighting out of the pack. Actually, well, that speaks for everybody here, isn't it? 8 points. So 8 points for Candy Kern, 37. And that is the second highest scoring jam of the game. That's how quickly things have gone, for the most part. Entering jam number 7 now, 19:41 to go. Blink back out against 9904, skating as Prim, and why wouldn't you? But it is lead for White again. BA did not miss you, Blink. But that does complete the scoring trip. Minute 28 still in the jam. It did happen kind of quickly. Advice being given, don't know if it's being heeded. High block on the jammer. Eight points already in this jam. 58 seconds remain. Blink on the outside for another 4 points and calling it off to ice the jammer in the box. That was 12 points. That is now the second highest scoring jam of the game by Blink. 49-15 is a 2-jam 20-point rally to enter jam number 8. And it will be Choppins, who scored 4 points earlier, to work on this power start. All 4 red blockers ready. And Pack mixes up right at the whistle. Up, got the cuts, got the cuts. So, Jammers switch, both will serve the same amount of time. That would be about 20 seconds.
I put,
And lead, out of the box for lead. Prim looking good today with 4 points. Plus whatever happens here. $55 seconds remain. Nobody can stop it. Oh yeah, they can. There is you're right, there was a lead. We've had so many jammer penalties so far. Y'all need to work on that. So 3 there for red, 18. 2 for white, 51. 3-2. So red outscores white, and that has only happened, well, 3 times out of 8. So okay, sorry, that isn't as impressive as it sounded. I think I heard there was an official review, so we'll find out about that as soon as they want to tell me. We have another game after this, and I think the theme is the same. Certainly to make it easier on making the uniforms, but I do appreciate, again, high contrast. Looks like Spiky has been ejected. So the red team thought they saw something. They thought they saw a cut on the white team's jammer, and they did. So red retains the official review, and we will have a power jam. Second jammer penalty, that jam. But a big opportunity for red, and as we know, 51-18, not even a fourth of the way through the game is not at all insurmountable. Just getting started here. We've only just begun. Merv Cockness streak. Oh, and drawn back by. It's not 3, but 0-3. Dizzy Izzy, of course. And lead jam. Wow, that took about 55 seconds. Not being critical, but no, hard fought. Hard fought it was. Well, somebody appreciated it. It's just taking me a moment to figure out that Seduce is playing for the red team. Just look at the hair. And of course, that is Chucky. But yeah, I know you're saying, no kidding, Sherlock, but I still try to go by the shirts when I can. Yeah, thank you. 4-4. Oh, well. $55-22, 14:45 in the first. DeLuca Jr. I did not see. There we go. Last is on the way. Defense. With camel toe, fancy, and now up front. Oh! And just like that, last does have lead. Oh. Not used to doing that in the straightaway with the dress. I get it. Another power jam for red. Defense not giving up until David said out of play, which is generally how it should work. I think I missed something there, but First Coast Glide Productions got it, so we'll check that out later. Time code 1238 on that. Five, a rare 5-point jam, 27. The jammer we're calling Prim has our lead. 2 in a row for Red. That's the first time that's happened today. And 4 points. Spinning into the call off there, as I like seeing, just in case. 4. Two jam, 7-point rally by Red now. 23-point game. No, it was 5 there. 32-55. Speed Brian carry the hatchets. Ready for Candy Kern. Well, it's camel toe, but it is lead for White. Track cut Red. Hustling to the box. Have you ever been in a Turkish prison? What? I seen the jammer. $60-32, 9:55 in the first. Blink with the power starts. Jam number 13. Cockness on offense. 2 blockers hanging back on defense, and it is lead for White. Blink was right in the bones. And Snot not able to score. 4-point jam, 64-32, 8:56 to go. I was trying to figure out whose uniform that is, because I don't ever remember James Torella being 13, but nonetheless. Candy Kern, the opposition. And lead Red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 14. The stepping pass carry the hatchet for 4 points. 4 points. What kind of fence? Defense. Spins through and then a block on the remaining white blockers, because why not? Biggest jam for red yet. And even bigger, says Bread Pool. Well, "23 seconds remain. A smattering of applause for that performance. "17-3, net 14 for red. 6:25 to go. And the jammer we're calling Prem, foremost but not lead. And neither is the jammer we're calling DeLuca Jr., because that's what it says on the roster. Streak ready, but not needed. So, there we go. Able to move backwards and track the jammer. Haven't seen anything like that since the Anita Bryant concert. For the most part, pack definition hasn't come into play tonight. Everyone's staying pretty tight. And lead, 48 seconds worth of initial trip there. 2 in a row, second time this has happened for red. Aha! Dizzy Izzy making sure nothing else would happen in that jam. 4 points, 54. So that would have been 18 the previous jam, not 17. 54-67. 2 jam, 22-point rally. Or no, 3 jam, let's see, no, 3 jams, 22-7, put it that way. 4 jams, 22-12. Either way, red on a streak. Not to be confused with the white blocker we've seen. Track cut. Sorry, Snot, I jinxed you there. Lead white. Blink had a 12-point jam today. Second highest scoring jam for white. See what happens here. Minute 16 in the jam, 3:18 in the period. 4 there. And called quickly, not even allowing for an initial trip. Six points, making 73-54. 2:45 to go. Shoppins is ready. And Jam Sorella ready on. Well, a cut it is. Had to wait on everyone to give their opinion first, but then the fact is a track cut. And that is 2 jammer penalties, as many jams. Lee Jam White again. Plenty of time for at least one more jam. Milo called out of play, and that jam is called. 4 points, 77. Now a 2-jam, 10-point rally by White. 90 seconds in the period. Speed Bryu and Bones ready for defense. And that's it for Red. And consequently, Lee Jam White. Candy Kern scores once and calls it. Rally continues. It is 14 points over 3 jams unanswered. 33 seconds remain, so final jam of the first. Already a fourth of the way through a Sunday evening doubleheader. And I hope I didn't jinx us there either. DeLuca is not lead. Is lead. That was a penalty being called. I thought somebody would have earned lead by now. Anyway, but yes, DeLuca with lead. And now everybody blowing whistles, I think including some of the players. Period is expired. Minute 18 to go. And calling it. "4-1. It is 4-1. That 3 for White. 30-point game at halftime. live stream, so I bet the music got us in trouble. Or maybe it's all the trash talk happening. Y'all are such, no, I'm kidding. This is, could be a record jam here for last. Just saying. Calling it off. Depends on how many more. 15? Is that a record? It's third highest. Okay. All right. We're working on it. They'll never hear that part. It's between us. 15 points. Third highest scoring jam of the game there by Lass. $99.95. Lead change, by the way. Drink them if you got them. And of course, this being a Halloween scrimmage, I mean blood. E-Mary. And Blink scores, calls it off. Does that tie it? It does. Tie game. So, for those just joining us, it's a tie game. Rewind and watch it later. 20 minutes to go in the game. Another full hour of roller derby following this. Plus the official reviews and everything else that goes into a Sunday night doubleheader. Glad you're here, wherever you are. Obviously not here. And lead, Red! The jammer we're calling Prim could have an MVP winning game. And then what do you say on the award? Four points, and yes, it is a power jam. You heard right. One of each this half. Bouncing off Chef and carrying on up front. Pivot last line. That was Murph, and calling it off. Is there icing? No, there isn't. No icing. Eight points, making 107 now, 99. So Red has, did Red ever lead in this game? No. Until a couple jams ago, and then it tied, and then now Red leads again. 107.99. Checking the radar range. Score this half, if my math is right, and we know about that. Red 51, white 14. That's good. Everybody should say that. DeLuca and Snot. Oh. Passing bones there. Those last 10. Lead Jam. Spins out just past turn 2. And BA is happy about that 0. Because, of course, it takes 30 seconds off the clock, plus what happened in that jam. 1! Uh-oh, well. You celebrated too soon, and I fell for it. Thank you. 7-point game. Candy Curry and James Sorella this time. Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit amphetamines. Lead White. But a 7-point game with 17 minutes to go. Chef and Buckeye all over the jammer, including, I think, having a hand on the wheel of the jammer at one point. 4 points, making it a 3-point game. So as soon as we said it was 51-14 this half, now it is 51, hang on, 19. Jamilto, BA, Punkin Drublick, carry the hatchet on defense. 1 blocker still down for White. And Chef is out of the box, free to pursue a life of religious fulfillment. Lead White. Oh, and power jam and calling it. A full 30-second power start coming up. Chavez with 14 points in the first half, but this is effective strategically. See what happens here on the power start. Blink has it. Loving the blocker work here. And Zombie last line, but it is lead White. So now that that's established, Jammer resets and again past Sweet Bright, just barely calling it off. And Jammer last was not shut out there. Did score 108 to 106. Red still leading. That was 2-1, net 1 for White. It'll be, the clock should probably stop at some point, but we'll have something over 13 minutes to go following this timeout. And lead Red. Oh, first Apex jump I remember seeing from the Jammer we're calling friend. Up. Well, then we won't talk about that. So acoustics being as they are, hearing, of course, everyone hearing, okay, now definition of when did the call-off start versus when did the cut happen, and so on and so forth, so we'll be back soon. 12-10 in the game. 2-point game. MRDA still has not updated their social media in the last 3 hours. I'm trying. But they have done a great job all weekend, other than that. Street's gonna find out for us.
It is 20 gatekeepers, 19 Denver, 13 minutes left in the first.
Cool.
It's 20-19.
And I'll assume that Carolina is taking fourth. At least that's what it sounded like when we got started today. Yeah. Right. Makes sense. For what I was hearing. I wanted to make it official. This half, Red 52, White 21. 2-point game. And so, since the jammer is still in the penalty box, that remains a track cut. And Candy Kern with the power start. And a lot to work with, or against rather. Not so much with, not as much offense. No offense. And then, come on White, let's go, and then there it was. Except for, last line for last. High block called on a blocker. Somebody on Team Tiffany loudly yelling advice. I was going to say Team Chucky, but no, that was just a false memory. So yes, 110, 108, and watch for the fingers. 4-1, net 3. So a 1-point game. DeLuca and Takia, and it is DeLuca with lead. Step. See Takia with one leg, like, I'm not going to count that as an apex jump. That was kind of lazy, but it worked. Calling it off inside. Safety timeout, and is that 4-4? It is. Well then. 116, 115, 10:02-ish in the game. Who's doing a double today? All right. Oh, cool. All right, 2 medics in the house. Good to know. That's awesome. I do have a first aid kit in the car that we were all given from the CW network for the limited series containment. So the stuff in it's probably expired by now. But that's better than the last first aid kit that they replaced that had Eckerd Band-Aids in it. Oh, just watching cat videos. All right, back to that game. Stepping through, like literally stepping through, it is lead for red. And it's Snot. Points on the board, and oh, yeah, there's an apex jump. We'll take that. Red maintains the lead and builds on the lead. It's been their half. Big lead. Low block call. And the helmet cover removed from the track. Oh, is that what I think it is? Ew! It is what I thought it was. Well, you know, we'll tell everybody later. Speed Briar returns to the bench. Someone yelling multiplayer. Oh, yeah, and that was a penalty on Chef. Now Chef will have time to wash his mouth guard if someone wants to throw some Listerine over the line. Just don't enter the penalty box with it. Chef not only dropping the mouth guard, but then someone else rolling over it. But Derby as it is, you just put it back in and keep playing. Number 2, 127. So it was 9 points for Snot in all the fun earlier, but yes, 9904 back out against Candy Kern. And lead for red. (9904) skating as Prim. That's what it says here. And Prim is having a career highlight game. Back block on your own blocker. That's okay. Carrying on. Jam carries on, and now doesn't. Eight 4. 135 red, 119 white, with under 6 minutes to go. Blink will jam against Jam Storella, or we'll say Takia. Jam Storella, of course, is 1-1-1. We know that. Blocker went out, and that is lead for Takia. Coughing over the apex. Yes, 4 points. That took my breath away. Impressive block, though, and Streak drawing the jammer back. Oh, nope. Murph is the pivot. Murph is the jammer. A more fun jam I don't think we've had yet. 143, 119, another 8 points. As the clock ticks away, it'll be about 4 minutes when we start up again with Snot and DeLuca. And another full game after this. Tried the inside, but blocked out by Buckeye, and it is lead for White. Bones jamming for a rare time today. No, he isn't. Nothing. Katie Kern and Little Last Kicker now. Last scoring 13 in the first half. Kern with 23, and both with plenty more to add to that in the second half. Fancy looking for a cut. Didn't get it. Lead jam White. 2 in a row. Slightly racing back up front. Murph with the block out, and was out of play. 4 points, being advised to go. And that's his 4-4. Jam carries on, 1:08 to go. 2:10 in the game. Zombie blocking the jammer twice in about 5 seconds. Now joined by Fancy and BA. And Dizzy Izzy tracking the opposing jammer in the back. 4-4, and anything else? Yes, it is. 7-4 net, 3 for White. 126, 147. Under 90 seconds to go when we start up again with DeLuca. And where they call Prim pushing. Multiplayer block on Buckeye. Track cut on DeLuca. Power jam red and lead 2. So down a jammer, down a blocker. 54 seconds in the game, 1:27 in the jam. Do the math, because I can't. Another 4, I can do that. 151, 126. As red appears to seal it here. Team Chucky asked, wanna play? And did. As seen on USA, Sci-Fi, and Twitch. Timeout red. Points scored, 155, 126. The timeout forces one, doesn't force anything. It allows us to be positive here. It allows us one more jam. Unofficially 15 seconds on the game clock. Will it be Snot? Will it be DeLuca? Will it be a 29-point jam? Because that's what it would take. Just saying, I've seen it post pause. It's happened. Don't know if it'll happen here. High scoring jam today so far. We had 15 in the second half. In the first half, there was a 16, there was an 18. Takia had the 18. DeLuca had the 16 of note. Last with the highest scoring jam of the half, 15 this half. Lead jam DeLuca anyway. See what happens. Probably want to force a power jam, but Izzy and Streak working right now effectively. Well, as is BA, and the game clock expires. 1:30 to go in the jam. Felmy draws the cut. Yes, does. So, minute 17 to go, and Snot is the lone jammer on the track. No pack called momentarily as Murph had drawn the jammer back. 48 seconds remain. Everyone's back on the track. A mixed pack that I'm just enjoying watching. And points. First points of the jam. 19 seconds remain. And points matched. Red with the advantage. 5 seconds. And unofficially, he says, 9-5, net 4 for red, 164, 131. It was White's first half, it was Red's second half. They scored at halftime, 85 White, 56 Red. They score in the second half, Red 108, White 46. And it came out to an unofficial final, 164, 141 in favor of Team Chucky. If we have MVPs, we'll hear about those. Otherwise, we'll get ready for game number 2, no doubt. Hey, good game. See some of you in a few minutes, probably, right? Yeah. Yes, victory lap. It's all right. Hey, hello again. And after all the points were scored, 164-136 the final. So the second half, 108-51 in favor of red. The first half, 85-56 in favor of white. So we do have MVPs. Okay. Who? Doc Holliday is watching, by the way, so be good. The awards are here. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I think so. Please. For the white team, come claim your MVP awards. MVP Jammer 007 Choppins. They're over here. You have to come all the way over to turn number 3, Choppins. Oh, we're posing now. You posers. But meanwhile, also congratulate MVP blocker 03 Dizzy Izzy. And Chucky MVPs. And they're confusing me for a second. No, MVP Jammer, little last kicker. And MVP blocker, and this, we had to clarify this, MVP blocker is the real Prim. The person who came into the building, yes, the person who came into the building as Prim, not the one that we conspired to change her name. But yeah, it's yours, for real. Come claim your awards. Last, Choppins, Izzy, we got them? Have we all been photographed? Fingerprinted? Warm-ups for second game will start, I guess, as soon as I'm told, but otherwise, everyone else, stay tuned. If it's really 13 and a half minutes to Derby, I would think y'all should probably just take the track and warm up if you haven't already had a game, right? All right, sounds good. See you then.
Halftime is 79 Denver, 40 Gatekeepers. At the half, Denver is leading 79-40.
flags up, gets banned. Like. Might have to start on the after dark filter, you know. Dude, I need to take better care of myself before this, man. What happens to me, like, every scrimmage and everything? What? Oh, it's still live? Oh, okay, they can hear it.
Is geared up. We're just going to roll around a few minutes and then that is roll around the track for a few minutes and then start the game. So if you're the last to gear up, just let somebody know. Everyone take the track and just do a quick warm up. Then we'll get started. So say no more than 6 minutes to Derby. Scheduled to appear 10 Wensley, 194 Paper Cuts, 2392 Sedusa, 27 Spiky, 357 Felony, 424 Zombie, 777 Little Ass Kicker, 828 Sharknado, 99 Lifeline, 9904 Bones, 886 Jamelto, 386 Punk for Chucky. If anything you hear is incorrect, let me know. For Team Tiffany in white, 00 Cookie Jar, 007 Choppins, 11 Artillery, 13 Cyanide, 182 Blink, 24 DeLuca Jr., 330 Buckeye Brawler, 52 Candy Kern, 60 Shrimp and Roll, 67 Slamosaurus, 816 Goliath, and 77 Murph. It says here Bucky Brawler, which be kind of cool, but it also have to pay extra for the special mouth guard with those teeth. But Buckeye Brawler, that is. Good brisket, though.
There's several people here who have said that they have not been feeling well.
I don't drink, no, I know what mine is. I don't drink enough water. So then I got here today and I had water again. So then people start hitting me in the stomach and I'm like,
My first 2 years of Derby, I could feel like I was jamming. I
started coming back.
No, it's like a fishbowl in here. I could feel the water like sloshing. I was like,
There was one of those where I was coming around and somebody hit me.
Did Intamans have their annual meeting here earlier today? Wow. Stuff's barely touched. Well, David just told me he's ready to go. I don't know how official that makes it, but let me get a smile from Good and Eva, and everyone else is looking over here. So that sounds about right. We have a referee gearing up. Okay, that's fine. Can't do it without you, we say. We literally cannot do it without you. That actually is right. Yes, there is literally one person that you cannot play without, and that is medical staff. But otherwise, skaters can call penalties on each other because I heard a lot of that through the years. Ah, somebody said let's go. I heard that. And so Spiky is as close to the jammer line as possible without jamming. And Candy Kern is in position to jam. And Jamelto is in position to jam. And you heard all the names a few minutes ago, and nobody corrected me, so we're going to go with that. Getting used to the whistle situation, as I think Jamelto had earned it. I didn't hear the whistle, but then I heard 4 Fox 41 whistle blast to call it off. The jam is dead. That's a memory for some of you. Goliath. And Wensley. And Wensley with lead. Jammers, of course, free to engage each other anywhere on the track. Haven't seen too much of it today, but it's a whole new game. 1 red, and how many white? I think, yeah, 2-1. Buckeye jamming against there it is, paper cuts. And there went paper cuts. And lead for Buckeye. The first one for white. Fast-paced game, which I like. Not only the pacing of the game, but the gameplay for a Sunday doubleheader. Editorial comment. Ghost blocker. It is a Halloween scrimmage, you know. 4 points white. So yeah, nothing for red. Last second game today against Cookie Jar. Felony daring the white team to do a multiplayer in front of her. I like that. Cookie Jar leads, so 2-2 on lead jam calls, and not even 3 minutes into the game. And Cookie Jar calls off the jam before Lass reaches the pack. Anything to show for it, though? 3. 3 sets of hits were passed, so making 9. Goliath back out against Jamelto. Second jam for both, but not the same jam. Goliath having scored 2. Spiky, the real bones, and Wensley on defense. Multiplayer call on Sharknado. Goliath maintains control, stays in. No, it's not. Try cut. Power jam red. I just said that. Bones ran offense for a sec, but all the other white jammers came through. again, it's not this time playing for the white team. Just noticed. All blockers back in play. All jammers back in play. All four blockers up front it took to take out Goliath. Now resets behind, and Sharknado, now Spiky, tracking the jammer, but through on the outside this time for the first points of the jam. 30 seconds remain. And Duck's pass, no, did not. Cut track again, almost in the same spot as before. And so this will be a power start coming up for the red team in the next jam, since time pauses between jams. There's something on the track in the turn. Okay, it's been noticed. Hopefully not another mouth guard that somebody will put back in place. 4 points. So 13-1 there in all. 4 points by Goliath. 6 total in the game. High scoring jammer of the game so far. Sedusa moves forward. Fancy and Zombie, along with Felony, on the defense, but hanging back for a sec on this power start. And it is lead. Took about 13 seconds for lead jam, paper cuts. And first lead for red in 3. Yeah, out of play was the call, so good awareness there as the jammer carries on. And another cut on Goliath as Zombie, I think, with the record number of hits on the jammer in the seconds prior to that. Ooh. Well, there's the call off. Double-digit jam, first one. Oh, and with that, wow. 17-point jam for paper cuts, 18-14 now. First lead change. Wensley with the power start. Lifeline, Spiky, Sharknado immediately back. Carry the hatchet ready in the front. Along with a line of white blockers, including Cookie Jard and Buckeye. Drawing another cut. That is 4. The most penalties in the first half of the first game. One skater had 3 penalties. Other than that, it was 3, 2, 1, or 0. I mean, 2, 1, or 0, but one had 3. And I forget who, so I won't embarrass them now. It's all past. They won't know what they did. It's been too long ago. One minute elapsed. Lifeline blocks the jammer back. And 40 seconds remaining. 20 and a half in the period. Buckeye with the star. And first points of the jam. 90 seconds in. And second points of the jam. A minute 58 in. So we have a lead change. 8 points scored by White, by Tiffany, by Buckeye. 4-point lead. Sedusa, Fancy, Felony, Ghost Blocker, Bones, they're all here. Little last kicker for Team Chucky. Candy Kern for Tiffany. Lead red. Race ensues. But so far, not hilarity. Jam called. $18.56 in the first. Choppins returns. First jam for Choppins in this game. Jamelto's third jam in this game. Whoa! Stays in for lead. Zombie, Carey, and Sharknado with the defense, and that allows this to happen. Dodge it, duck drive and dodge on the outside, calling off the jam. Everyone scores, but who got the advantage there? Net 3 for Choppins, 8-5 on that jam. Jamelto with 5. Last back out, second jam in 3. Against Buckeye, who scored 12 today in this game. Last with a bunch of points in the last game. And lead. Back and forth lately on lead jam calls. The real Bones celebrating after creating the opening, which blockers do. 3-point game, 27-30 now. 4 points scored by Lass. Cookie Jard meets Wensley. Snot on Sedusa, but outside was open, and lead it is for Chucky. Cookie blocked out by Felony. Felony went out, though. No harm, no foul. 3 points scored on red, or for red, on the red side of the scoreboard, which makes 30-30. Tie score, fourth of the way through the second game. Jammers switch places. We'll see if that makes a difference. Just like Folgers. Strip and Roll's first jam, I believe. Lead jam for last. Little Last Kicker's been in every other jam last 3 times. And scoring. Fancy on Strip and Roll, both staying in bounds. Buckeye Brawler. I see an illegal contact call, and I'm waiting to see who goes to the box. Nobody yet. So maybe not. 8. Yeah, 8. I'd say 8-0 actually in that jam. Timeout for a sec. Yeah. It's not all ready for that jam, but not to be. 8 points scored by Last, making 38 for Red. That broke the tie, didn't it? 3 jam, 15-point rally by Red. Yeah, the pivot, right. The pivot is in the penalty box. Illegal contact on the pivot. That's what I thought I saw. So it's Choppins and Jamilto this time. And Choppins with lead. Choppins an MVP in the first game. If you weren't here, where were you? Mainly talking to the people at home, but yeah. Glad you're here, Cookie Jar. 4 points scored. 4-point game now. Well, I heard Curly Howard in the pack there for a second. We'll check the audio later. Haven't seen Paper Cuts jam lately. Lots of advice being given by Felony. Lots of good coaching there, and none of it by Derby Girl Eats, at least not this time. Lead, 40 seconds remaining in the jam. So the 4 points that Choppins had in the last jam was just matched by Paper Cuts. 42-34, 11-13 to go. Hamilton with 5 points today. And lead. Cut called on blocker. Cyanide. Ooh. 1 point. 43-34. Tompkins returns against Lass. The 2 MVPs of the first game. Coming back for more. Mwahahaha. Lass breaches the pack, does not earn lead. Tompkins through, earns lead. Takes a second to assess and calls off the jam. I believe points, or maybe not. I'm not a referee. That's not my job. I'm also not a scoreboard operator, usually. So yeah, no score. Speaking to the defense. Fooled me. Yeah, it was. 2 points. Fooled me twice. Shame on me. 45-37. 8:43 to go. Cookie jar blocked out immediately. Spiky heeding the warning. No pack for a sack. Lead jam, paper cuts. Or no, that's the other one with the nice uniform. Winsley. Getting the theme. Both are. Practically all of the Tiffany team is, but and hearing enough call-its and jam called 4. 49-37. So 3 points have been awarded previously for whites. 11-3 last 4 jams. Good defense all around, and jammer race ensues. It is lead jam for Jamel Toe. Red ruling the lead jam calls, but a close game nonetheless. 6.5 minutes to go. The Choppins and Lass. Snot, Shrimp, Cookie, and Buckeye on defense for about a second. Points already. 17 seconds in, there's the call off. Four points, 53-37. That was almost an Aaron Jackson-ish quick scoring jam, but not having to box JoJo. Yeah. Well. Yep. Did we find the AC? Yeah, too late. Jamilto and Candy Corn, we've really settled into a tight rotation of jammers on both sides. I say again, not being Vince, but could be wrong on that. Lead for White. 20th jam, so a little faster pace than we had. Zombie was ready. Block lifeline. Spiky for a set. Two minutes, 2 seconds to go in the game. Denver 132, St. Louis 108. I think that might decide it. And that decides that jam. Yes, thank you for that. Got some multitasking on the bench. But several of you in the Derby universe have made your choice for Derby streaming, and we thank you. 53, Chucky, 45, Tiffany. There it is. That was 8. 4:03 to go. Ooh. Yeah, glad we're okay there. Goliath called on a track cut, took a sec to realize that's still Goliath without the dress. Lead for Red. For Winsley. Been a few jams. Winsley with 8 points today, 4 in that jam. 57-45. 3 minutes to go. Cyanide jamming, first time today against Lass. And Cyanide with lead. One of the double duty skaters today. D-U-T-Y, duty. Defense in the straightaway, then being advised to call it as Lass is approaching. quick referee conference on the outside. And apparently that will carry on. Official review by Chucky. By Sedusa, but Chucky. Tied up at 4 points there. 57-49. 8-point game. And we've seen as many as 17 points in this half, and a few 8-point jams.
It is 143 to 115 last jam in a row.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Saying there's a chance.
So the official review, no doubt, was just a timeout. Here we go. Under 2 minutes to go, just barely. As said, now it's official. Well. And that it is a power jam. I said, says who? Yes, says Prim. Power jam. That's Buckeyes initial. Minute 6 in the jam, minute 4 in the period. There's 1 second difference. And that is 4. 8-point game. Everyone cheering, even the dog. As the opposing jammer returns to play. Playing. 23 seconds. Points for everybody. Four for Buckeye. Most recently. Another 4, even more recently. Would you look at that? Well, we'll wait on all the points to come in, but look at it till then. Okay, long enough. Yes, that is a lead change. Team Tiffany in white, 65. Team Chucky in red, 61. 4-point lead by white. And we'll be back after this intermission. I bet it doesn't go 15 minutes, so don't go far. Under a minute to Derby. High scoring jam of the first half by Buckeye Brawler, 19 points in a single jam. Second highest by 194 Paper Cuts with 17. High scoring jammers unofficially, those two, Buckeye Brawler with 31, Paper Cuts 25. Also in double digits, 777 Lil Last Kicker with 18. Candy Crumb with 8. Let's see, who else? A16 Goliath with 7. Cookie Charge with 3. Jamelto with 6. Wensley with 8. Seducer with 4. Cyanide with 4. Nice even game, but you don't have to keep it that way. Thank you for those of you just joining us now that the MRDA Championship has been decided. There's Paper Cuts and the Buckeye Brawler. Penalty box is clear. Good way to start the half. Spiky drawing, nope. Good idea. Yep. Careful where you stand, right? Murph with a grunting block and not much to show for it as everyone resets. I know. Acoustics are just too good in here now that the skaters can hear. The whole point was that everyone on the outside hears. All one person over here on the outside. $37 seconds remaining. Just saying. $15 seconds. If only someone could call it, but they can't. 3, 2, 1. A rare 2-minute scoreless jam in these days now that the pivot line rule isn't followed. The double whistle starts. Had the whole UNF arena in Jacksonville boo when everyone just stood there for 2 minutes once. Track cuts. Well, you said it. You gotta get the jammer out first. Wensley receiving, I think, some conflicting advice there, but does reset. 45 seconds elapsed. Good penalty kill is what it was. But Bones turned inside out, upside down, round and round, and penalty called out. There's lead. Aha! Watch those fingers. Was that a wash? It was. 2-2. Hamilton and Shoppin's ready. As are Zombie, Sedusa, and Sharknado on defense. Along with Murph, Goliath, and Candy Kern, and Blink. One blocker in the box. And lead White. Calling it with about a second to spare. 3 scored. So we started with a 7-point game. Now we have a 10-point game. And it's taken about 5.5 minutes off the clock. Spiky's blocking. Spiky crosses the line. Last and Buckeye it is. Buckeye Brawler with lead. White has had lead since about halftime. Yeah, since halftime, since the last jam of the first half. Shrimp and roll taking about 240 frames to get to the penalty box. Otherwise, it would be 4-3 in the next jam. 4 points are scored. 14-point game now. This period, let's see, 9-2 in favor of White. Goliath jamming. And immediately set upon by Lifeline and the rest of the blocking core of Chucky. Wesley blocked out. Does not have to go all the way back, matching what the blockers have done and where they were relative. The low block or either way is a power jam. Blocked out by Buckeye Brawler on that attempt. And the band plays on. Calling it off to Ice the Jammer. When anyone in the penalty box is, in case it's your first time watching, thank you. You picked a good game to start with. Yeah, 4 points scored. Anyway, when someone's standing in the penalty box, that means there's fewer than 10 seconds to serve, and by rule they must stand. You can't fake anyone out. 4 points scored, 67-77. 10-point game, 21:35 to go. Carry the hatchet and elfed up. Watching on the power start for paper cuts. For lead. Close. As Goliath had almost had it there out of the box. Snub with defense along with DeLuca and Choppins. And Goliath very careful not to cut behind Bones that last one. Fancy with the... Now Goliath stays in. Saw it, looked down with the toe stop, was in. And Abercut's calling off the jam. Points for everyone that time. It was 4-3. Net 1 for White. Net 1 for Goliath. 81-70. A literal calling of a timeout by Red. About 20 minutes to go. 11-point game. Magic City Misfits and friends having the most fun on the MRDA Championship weekend, dare I say. Well, I don't know. My opinion might be different if I were up there. But I'm having fun. I don't know about you. Talking to the people at home right now. If any of you here in person aren't having fun, get out. What are you here for? This isn't like the only thing you do with your life, is it? Yeah. Several skaters head to the snack bar. The pause that refreshes. Lass and Buckeye. You heard it. And low block called on Murph. Did somebody say 2 minutes? That is a real throwback. I heard right. Last with 4. I think there's some skaters who don't get that joke. So yeah, penalties used to be 1 minute, and you know, if you're really bad at it, then you get 2 minutes. Whatever it was. 4 points again. That makes 8, and that makes a 3-point game. Paper cuts for 3 points this half. Shrimp and roll. Jamming for the first time this half. And lead for Red. That is 4 in a row now. Still trailing by 3. After trailing by 7 at the half. Blocked out by DeLuca. Checking the gear, the strap got in the way, or something did. So that bought the opposition a few seconds. Carries on though, can't tell. Completes the scoring trip. Sedusa down hard and blocked by Choppins. Slower back now. 50 seconds remaining. Oh! Star pass, and there's the call. Anything more on that last attempt? 3, 7 points. Chucky leading by 4. Last 2 jams. It is a 15-point rally by Chucky. Trailed by 7 at the half. Now leads by 4. Jambalto meets Cookie Jar in jam number 9. Forearm is the most recent call. 4-3 pack favoring Tiffany. Snot and Murph, last line, last duo. Where'd she go, I heard. Jambalto with lead, 60 seconds elapsed. But that is 5 in a row now. And there's the call off. Team Chucky, the red team, 2 more points, 87. The rally carries on. That is 17 points over 3 jams. If we had reset the score at halftime, it would be 26-13, so 2-1 in favor of red. Last quarter of the game starts now with a pile-up. And lead for white. A much-needed one, dare I say. And I dare. Blink might have taken one high. Close quarters. Carey now hangs back to work defense. Electronic whistle denotes a track cut by Buckeye. As Buster receives encouragement from the opposing team. 20 seconds remain. Only 4 points so far by the Tiffany team. That was the initial trip, and maybe the hardest one yet the entire game. And more points for White. Now a lead change. 8 points in that jam. That's what it took to change the Tiffany 89-87. It would now be a 5-point game if we had reset the score at halftime. That's how quickly it's turning here. And lead up front, it is red. Yeah, say it. It is the previous MVP jammer, little last kicker. Calling it as Candy Kern approaches and does shut out. Score of 1 point for a 1-point game. 11:46 to go. It's not with the Red Hot jersey. And, overall, we're all representing places we've been. Everyone moved around before I could read them all. Buckeye Brawler back out. And lead. Up, power jam. Did I hear forearm? Yeah, forearm. Thank you. I was thanking Good and Eva for repeating the call, not thanking Good and Eva for making the call. Just in case y'all don't know. Zombie. And O. Shrimp and Roll will start the next jam in the penalty box. 4-3 pack favoring red. 4 points. Buckeye 93-88, so 5-point game. With now 10 minutes to go. Right. Cookie jarred and paper cuts. Engaged before the whistle, but they didn't touch, so that makes it okay. The studio audience barking with encouragement. And the fans, too. Oh! Is it lead? It is lead. At least 8 out of 13 on lead jam calls half. Despite trailing by 5. Cyanide passes Spiky. And points to make it that much closer yet again. Another 4-point jam on the red side, 92-93. Chucky leading by 6 after halftime, but trailing by 1 as we sit now, or stand, or whatever you're doing wherever you are. Choppins and Wensley. Or reclining. Or lying down because it's Sunday night. Lead for Tiffany White. Choppins, call it what you will. The team with the 1-point lead now in position to score. And Wesley threw on the inside despite the entire blocking core, and I saw the big smile on Fancy's face as soon as the tamer had done that. Wow. So again, points for everybody. And was that a wash? It was. It was a wash. But thanks to First Coast Live Productions, you can watch it again and again. 1-point game continues. 6:47 to go. Last takes, well, doesn't take it, was on the inside. Lead jam Buckeye Brawler. A quick jam. And 4 more. So there was a 4-0 jam, and then a 4-4 jam, and then an 0-4 jam. And we have a 5-point game again. With Cookie Jard and Jambletoe. Jam number 16. Cuts by Cookie Jard. Power jam for Jambletoe. And lead, despite the fall, yes, earning lead, did pass everyone. Jambletoe with 8 points today. And calling it off, jammer release though. So not quite an icing. 3 points now. 99-101, 2-point game. 4:42 to go. Lifeline and Sharknado immediately behind the jammer line with Lass and Buckeye again. Last time this was Buckeye's jam, 4-0. And this time lead, so that part's the same. Racing pack. And jam called in time. How many? Fingers, plural, 4. $105.99 in favor of Team Tiffany and White. It'll be about 3.5 minutes when we start up again. The last 3 jams, 8-3 in favor of White. Last 5, 7-12 in favor of White. Or rather 11-12 in the last 5. And kind of back and forth like that. So nothing really to settle there with the numbers other than it's been close all around. Starting with a 7-point game at halftime. Snot, Chef, Cookie Jar, and Choppins ready to block, along with Spiky, Felony, Fancy, and Zombie. Fancy with the vintage Naughty Elfed Up jersey from a Naughty versus Nice game many years ago. And probably this December too, why not? Lead for Red. That is Paper Cuts. Paper Cuts has earned lead all but once this half. I think. Might have been all of them. Candy Kern tracked by Felony, now joining Zombie and Fancy. And up front, points for Red. 103, 105. It is after that call off. 2:40 to go. Clock ticking. 4-3. It is rather 4-3. 5-point game still in favor of White. 103, 108, 2:22. Little last kicker is blocking. Winsley and Buckeye are jamming. In jam number 19. And lead for Buckeye Brawler. Lead jam for the team in the lead. What maybe not be the final jam of the game. I'm not your coach. Final jam of the weekend. Calling it off after scoring 2. (110, 103). This could do it with Cookie Jar and Paper Cuts. Last time we saw this, it was Paper Cuts 4, Cookie Jar 0. Defensive formation. Bridging still. Lead, Chucky. Paper Cuts, Red. Say what you will. 42 seconds in the period, a minute 31 in the jam. 7-point game. Five on 5. That is 4 points. That is a 3-point game now with those 4 points. A block by Chef moves to the back of the pack. Choppins with the star. I think someone attempted a call off, but the period had well expired, but I applaud the attempt. 6 points scored by Paper Cuts. 0 by the opposing jammer, as we saw. So it appears unofficially Team Tiffany, 1-point game, 1-point win. Had a 7-point lead at halftime and survived a second half by Chucky, taking the lead a couple times to win by 1. Unofficially, 110-109. We'll take victory laps and have MVP awards momentarily, won't we? Good strategy, though, there at the end. Opposing jammer was approaching, so unless you're going to play it out for yet another 30 or 40 seconds, which I don't think you could. So, anyway, Team Tiffany with the high contrast. Thank you. And great game as well. And Doc Holiday watching, was hoping for an overtime jam. Nope, not going to get it. Good game, good game. MVP awards have been dropped off to the announcer position. Now we just need names to go on them. Are these Eek? Is that what that is? I was wondering where Milo was. Yeah, of course, with the camera. I could actually not be lazy and come over to you this time. As long as I don't get negative feedback right there. Well, we'll find out when we do. I'll announce MVPs as soon as we take a picture. I won't try to do both at the same time this time.